they talk about a capped GPA. That means a maximum of 8 honors and AP semesters. Okay? Most people don't even pay attention to this, but some people do. If it's capped, capped means they put a limit. Okay? Let's say you take 10 advanced courses in high school, honors and AP. Okay? 10 courses means how many semesters? 20, right? Each course times 2, right? 2 semesters, 20. But then this says maximum of 8. So then you might think, oh, I took 20 semesters, but they limit me to only 8? They only count 8? Well, they only count 8 as a preliminary GPA for eligibility. That means, are you eligible to even apply to the UCs? Most of our students, most of my students, most of my clients, they're all eligible. Once you're eligible, they don't look at the cap GPA. They look at the full GPA. Okay? So for most people, I'd say for 90% of the students that I work with, 95%, just ignore this, okay? Because that cap GPA is only a preliminary GPA, not for admissions, only for eligibility. Okay? All right, I'll just point out main numbers here. This is for UCLA, okay? I'm looking at UCLA right now. This is for weighted GPA, 4.0 and above. Now, I wish they gave me more detail. 4.2 and above, 4.3 and above, 4.4 and above. They don't give me that. They only give you 4.0 and above. 94%, that's almost everybody of their admitted people have 4.0 and above. So your interpretation is, you want to get into UCLA, you have to have over 4.0. Otherwise, you're going to be one of the 6% people who get in. You better have special talent. You run really fast. You have special athletic talent. Or, I don't know, maybe your mom or dad is a famous UCLA alumni. Something special. You're the governor's son or daughter. Something special. But generally speaking, you have to have over 4.0 to qualify for UCLA. And the admissions rate, admit rate for this GPA range, 42.5%. Do you remember about 10 minutes ago? What was the admissions rate for Berkeley? 19.5. So that means UCLA is probably around 20, 20.5. That's double. So you double your chance of getting into UCLA, double your chance if you have over 4.0. That's a must. Non-negotiable. You have to have over 4.0. I wish I can give you more detail, 4.1, 4.2, but they don't have that. Yes? It has to be. It must be, right? Yes. But yes, weighted. And look at this number right here, 4.31. That's average. That's just average. So if you have 4.31, which by the way is really high, it's quite hard to get 4.31. If you get 4.31 and you apply to UCLA, you're not special. You're just average. And that's, objectively speaking, that's a good GPA. That's a very solid GPA. You have to work pretty hard to get that. But at UCLA, average. You're not special at all. Most people get higher. Well, not most. Many people get higher than that. Okay. Okay, so academic record. First, we looked at GPA. Next, we'll look at coursework intensity. That means how many hard classes did you take in high school? Okay? But okay, this is really important. The number of honors and AP courses, but 10th through 12th grade. Remember for the GPA, I said which grades? 10 and 11. But for the number of hard classes, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So senior year will count for this. Senior year may not count for your GPA, but senior year will definitely count for this, the number of honors and AP classes, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Okay? The UCs like to see consistent or increasing academic rigor as your high school allows. Okay? I said as your high school allows because maybe you go to a high school that doesn't offer that many honors or AP classes. Then you're limited. Then it's not your fault that you can't get so many. Maybe you took the maximum at your high school, but you can't compete with someone from Monte Vista or Gunn High School or Palo Alto High who has so many honors in AP because their high school allows them to take so many, right? So you're limited by your high school, but the UCs understand that, okay? So that means they like to see increasing rigor as your high school allows. Okay, you might be limited by your high school. I said consistent or increasing. That means your schedule cannot get easier. 10th to 11th to 12th, it cannot get easier. They want to see at least the same level or getting more difficult. Okay? Which makes sense. If you're trying to take it easy, why would they want to take you? Right? Doesn't make any sense. The student's trying to take the easy way out. They don't want you. They want you to show that you're challenging yourself with hard stuff. Okay? My recommendation, aim for around 20 semesters for the top UCs. 20 semesters would be 10 classes in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. So for instance, you can take 4 semesters in sophomore year. That means 2 classes, right? 8 junior year. That means 4 classes. And another 8 senior year. Another 4 classes. I'll show you a sample schedule. Okay, here's a sample. Okay, here's a typical sample schedule in high school. In 10th grade, maybe you can take AP World History and Honors Chem. That'll be 2 classes, right? Junior year, you can take APUSH. I know not everyone takes APUSH, but you can take APUSH, AMLET Honors, Pre-Calc Honors, and either Bio AP or Chem AP. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 classes. I'm not saying this is easy, but it's not supposed to be easy, right? Senior year, English AP, Calculus AP, then one of the sciences, right? The bio or the chem or maybe physics, and then maybe like Spanish AP or honors, or French or Chinese, whatever language you're taking. So that's how you can, for instance, get all the number of honors and AP classes. This is not an easy schedule, but again, it's not supposed to be easy. You're trying to get 20. 20 is not easy, okay? Let me show you some numbers here. Again, UCLA, 10th through 12th grade for UC approved honors and AP. More than 19 semesters. That means 20 or more, okay? 58% of all the admitted students had more than 19 semesters. So almost 60%, way more than half the students have more than 19 semesters. Look at the average down here, 20.5. So the sample schedule I showed you on the last slide, 20, that's even slightly below average because average is 20. Average is 20. Well, average is 20.5. So they want to see that you're challenging yourself with as many honors and AP classes as possible. Well, as your school allows. As your school allows. Okay? All right, so something else they look at, which a lot of people overlook, because everyone knows about GPA. A lot of people even know take as many hard classes as possible for this. But everyone overlooks this. A through G count through all 4 high school years. Do you know what A through G is? Okay. A through G is the classification of all the courses in high school. Like level A courses are maybe all the math. B are all the science. C is all the English. D is all the foreign language. E is all the history. Like that. It's just a classification of all the approved courses. So that basically all the approved UC course. So for that count, They said all 4 years. So now freshman year matters, right? I know it's a little confusing. GPA, 10th and 11th grade. Coursework intensity, 10, 11, 12th grade. But A through G count, all 4 years, 9, 10, 11, 12. Later on, I have a slide that will review everything for you, okay? So you don't have to write all that down. It'll just review everything for you in one slide. Everyone will take their iPads out and cameras and take a picture of that slide, okay? I'll slow down on that slide. Okay, so here's an example. Yearly example. Every year in high school, every year, I pretty much expect you to take one math course, which means 2 semesters, one English course, which is 2 semesters, one science course, that's 2, a history course, that's 2, and then a foreign language, that's 2. Hopefully you take foreign language every year, okay? So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 10 semesters per year. Times 4 years is 40 semesters, okay? Now, that's without electives. That's strictly the main courses, right? The core, math, science, English, history, foreign language, okay? And then they also add, say, plus any electives and relevant junior high credits. They actually count certain junior high classes. For instance, Algebra 1, I mean, nowadays, everyone takes Algebra 1 in like 7th grade or 8th grade. Like everybody, practically everybody, right? They count that. It doesn't count for your GPA. Of course, it doesn't count for honors or AP. But you do get credit for A through G count. Because technically, through the state of California, that's a high school class, technically. And if you took it earlier, you should be given credit for it. Okay? So Algebra 1 counts. Nowadays, a lot of students even have geometry in 8th grade, right? Maybe 7th grade Algebra 1, 8th grade geometry. That counts. Maybe you took a foreign language, Spanish or French or something, because many students now start with Spanish 2 freshman year, because in 7th grade and 8th grade, they combined, they took Spanish 1. So maybe some certain math courses, maybe certain foreign language courses, okay? So give me a guess. Over here I said 10 semesters per school year, 4 years would be 40 semesters plus all this stuff. How many semesters do you think would be a good number to be competitive for UCLA? For 4 years. How many semesters do you think? Because my next slide will show you. I want you to guess for me. Oh, 60 too hard. 50 some? 52? Oh, you guys are good. That's pretty good. 51.5. Yeah, that's average. So 52 is good.